All right, another hot AI stock that I wanted to talk about this morning was AMD. So I've talked a little bit about NVIDIA before. They're probably my favorite they're my favorite AI stock. But when it comes to AI, AMD is kind of on their heels. They're probably the next best competitor between them and Intel. But with AMD, I've been getting a buy indicator from the algorithm. So they kind of move similar with NVIDIA as far as their prices. As far as if NVIDIA goes up, AMD goes up, unless there's specific news saying, hey, AMD is going to take market share away from NVIDIA. But there hasn't been too much in the news besides people just speculating on the AI market. But just based off trends and momentum, I've got a buy indication via the algorithm for AMD. All right, so just looking at fundamentals, right? I ran this program again with Python via Yahoo Finance, so none of these have changed. No more analyst estimates. Still a average EPS of 4.15, which some of this Google Finance data is currently not available. But what I've seen consensus wise for price target is around 140. The stock's sitting at 102, so that's 37.63 would be the profit for that if you were to buy this. So just as mentioned, they're second best NVIDIA right now, but in the future, I think AMD typically does well. They got a pretty decent CEO. The CEO does play a big part in the success of the company, so I think they're probably going to be coming out of the AI sector as far as a big competitor here by the end of the year, maybe early next year. They have some positive surprises for EPS and then their growth. So this year, right, they've had struggled a little bit next quarter, but analysts estimate 27.5%, and then next year 50%. So this is all that AI anticipation of them coming out with their AI processor. Just moving over the charts here. All right, so just the price with moving averages here. So we do have the shorter moving average. It crossed over here a little while ago, back in July. August. Back in August is when it crossed over. And the price, it struggled a little bit. It's been on a slight downward trend, but it's kind of received some resistance at this 100 level. I think it was down to like 99 at one point, but it's been hovering here between 100 and 110 pretty consistently, at least for a month or so. So there's been some good support documented there. I think a good catalyst will have the stock taken off on a run like this. But as you can see, historically, they've had a little downward trends where it's hovered around, and then you've had some upward trends. So I think we're close to the dip. I think it's about run out its course. So there'll probably be some positive news come out, give it a good catalyst movement, and then send it upwards. The stochastic here, we have, it's crossed down below. It's on its downward cycle, which is stochastic is pretty sensitive. So it'll give you short term, very short term movement up and down. It's buying and selling. It makes it a little bit harder to tell. But the stochastic here, you can see it's corresponded with upward and downward movements pretty good. Moving over volatility. Price point oscillators here. So it's in the 40-50% range, but volatility here still pretty low. Like I said, there hasn't been too much as far as big moves over the last month, pretty much with AMD. Looking at the moving average convergence divergence. So just as mentioned, it's kind of hovered down around here in the oversold region. Below this line is the oversold region. So it's hovered down here, and there should be hopefully a catalyst come and send it upwards, but it's probably a good time to buy the stock. Just looking at the candlestick chart that I generate via Python. So somebody bought in yesterday, caused a nice hammer pattern here. So somebody with some volume bought in. As you can see here, over the last month, it's been more green, more people buying in than there has people selling. So on all the stocks kind of stagnated left to right, but It's probably getting to the point where the bulls are going to come in and buy in and send the stock upwards. Take a nice news story or something like that. But all in all, potential downside I think is pretty low. Upside is pretty significant, about 33% right now. But I do recommend AMD stock right now. They're an AI market. They're NVIDIA's probably biggest competitor, and they do have some market value left there to get some profits on. All right, please let me know if you like this video. I try to share as much information as I can. I love stock investing. I've been doing it for about 10 years. I'm a nuclear engineer by background, so I enjoy doing this stuff in my spare time. But please like or subscribe to my channel if you like this and want to see more. Thanks.